People don't change, Diane. Not really. Mr. Peanut Butter's a Zelda. He's happy, and he's carefree, and he's loving. But you and me, we're Zoes.
Yeah, I bought this earlier, and I'd like to return it. I don't know where the receipt went.
I remember you. You came in yesterday. No problem.
We're Zoes, Diane. We're cynical, and we're sad, and we're mean.
Thanks for your help, character actress Margot Martindale.
I don't feel good about what we did here, BoJack.
I don't know what you're talking about. This never happened.
There's a darkness inside you, and you can bury it deep in burritos as big as your head. But someday soon, that darkness is gonna come out. And when it does, I want you to call me.
BoJack's psyche is portrayed as deeply fractured. He compulsively self-medicates with alcohol, drugs, and casual sex to numb inner turmoil. The series does not shy away from his mental health struggles, depicting them with what critics call brutal honesty. BoJack battles serious issues like addiction and mental illness, a description confirmed by therapists who note his constant struggles with addiction, self-sabotage, and deep-seated insecurities. From a Freudian perspective, BoJack can be seen as predominantly id-driven, acting on base impulses, because his ego, mediating conscience, was never properly formed. As one analyst observes, BoJack didn't have proper role models growing up to form a healthy ego. Both of his parents were emotionally abusive and completely driven by their ids, leaving BoJack with an underdeveloped superego. In practical terms, this means BoJack often behaves in accordance with the ID's pleasure principle, seeking immediate gratification without restraint. Attachment theory and trauma psychology also illuminate BoJack's behaviors. His childhood exposure to neglect and violence has left him hyper-vigilant and self-blaming. Early domestic abuse activated the threat processing in his amygdala, so that before other people could hurt him, he would hurt himself first by uttering self-defeating words. These self-sabotaging cognitions, "I'm the worst," "I don't deserve good things," become ingrained as core beliefs. Contemporary psychology would suggest BoJack's substance abuse and self-harm are maladaptive coping strategies for unresolved trauma and chronic depression. In sum, BoJack exemplifies a textbook case of a traumatically wounded personality, a bitter, self-critical adult whose early abuse and dysfunctional family relationships have skewed his psychological development.
Want a day-old hamburger bun?
I'm alright. How'd it go down there?
You know what the problem is with everybody? They all just want to hear what they already believe. No one ever wants to hear the truth.
I want to hear the truth. I don't know if you want to tell it, though.
Okay, full truth. Here we go. You want to know about my parents? They drank. A lot. My father was a failed novelist. My mother was the heiress of the Sugarman Sugar Cubes fortune, and my dad resented her for it. He used to make me cry with him while listening to Cole Porter records. He made me build my own tree house, and then he tore it down while I was at summer camp because instead of hardy Christian nails, I used screws, which he called fancy Jew nails. Like I said, totally normal. That was a diary.
I read the parts about me, the things I've said to you. You must think I'm a real monster.
Mom.
I don't want to fight you, BoJack. I just wanted to tell you, I know you want to be happy, but you won't be, and I'm sorry.
What?
It's not just you, you know. Your father and I, you come by it honestly, the ugliness inside you. You were born broken. That's your birthright. And now you can fill your life with projects, your books and your movies and your little girlfriends, but it won't make you whole. You're BoJack Horseman. There's no cure for that.
it's like? It's like that show Becker, you know, with Ted Danson. I watched the entire run of that show, hoping that it would get better, and it never did. It had all the right pieces, but it couldn't put them together. And when it got canceled, I was really bummed out. Not because I liked the show, but because I knew it could be so much better, and now it never would be. And that's what losing a parent is like. It's like Becker. Suddenly you realize you'll never have the good relationship you wanted, and as long as they were alive, even though you'd never admit it, part of you, the stupidest goddamn part of you, was still holding on to that chance. And you didn't even realize it until that chance went away. My mother is dead, and everything is worse now.
At BoJack's root is a legacy of familial trauma. Scholars identify maltreatment from caretakers and the loss of a loved one as the two main origins of BoJack's childhood pain. His parents, Butterscotch and Beatrice Horseman, were neglectful and often cruel. The academic analysis finds they inflicted hurtful words, a broken marriage, domestic abuse, and gaslighting on BoJack. This toxic upbringing shattered BoJack's sense of safety. For instance, repeated domestic violence bombarded his developing brain with fear, teaching him that the world is threatening and unloving. Psychologists describe this as latent vulnerability. Children adapt to trauma by expecting harm. Indeed, BoJack emerges as an adult ready to hurt himself before anyone else can harm him, a hallmark of post-traumatic coping. These early wounds have lasting effects. BoJack grows up emotionally stunted and mistrustful, believing deep down that no one wants to hear the truth of his feelings. The series hints that BoJack's pain is intergenerational. As one critic notes, the trauma his grandparents and parents experienced has seeped its way into his subconscious. In other words, BoJack carries not only his parents' abuse, but also patterns of neglect passed down through his family. Intergenerational trauma literature shows that parents' unresolved trauma can warp parenting styles and be unconsciously transmitted to children. This is vividly portrayed in the series. BoJack inherits his mother's perfectionism and his father's jealousy, and then subconsciously reenacts their sins. Academics see this reflected in BoJack's behavior. The same analysis asserts that negative childhood experiences ultimately drive his quest for redemption, but also continually pull him back down. Every time BoJack tries to change, reminders of his upbringing, a harsh parental comment, a photo from the past trigger relapse and self-sabotage. Thus, his entire adult life is haunted by those early traumas, illustrating psychological theories that childhood abuse and neglect create negative beliefs that remain in the head even after the child reached adulthood.
Hey, are you scared at all? That if the show takes off, everything's going to change?
No, I'm not scared, BJ. The future is bright. Just look at it.
Hey, you see those people?
Yeah?
Well, those boobs and jerkwads are the best friends you'll ever have. Without them, you're nothing. Remember that.
Let's take it back to Prickly Muffin.
Your family will never understand you. Your lovers will leave you or try to change you. But your fans, you be good to them, and they'll be good to you.
We are rolling. Sound speed.
The most important thing is you gotta give the people what they want. Even if it kills you. Even if it empties you out until there's nothing left to empty. No matter what happens, no matter how much it hurts, you don't stop dancing, and you don't stop smiling, and you give those people what they want.
It's too much pressure. This book is my one shot at preserving my legacy. I'm a joke. And if this book isn't good, I'm gonna be a joke forever. Everyone thinks that I'm just this washed-up hack, but actually... Oh, God. Actually, what if they're right? I can't breathe. Am I dying?
What are you running from?
You want to know the truth? Nothing.
Everyone's running from something, sugar.
No, I'm running from nothing. I'm terrified of nothing. People come up to me, they want my autograph, they want my picture. They think they recognize something in me. And I want to be that person that they think I am, but I'm not. They see a greatness in me and they mistake it for goodness, but I know there's nothing there. As fast as I run, I can't get away from that. Do you think I'm a good person? Deep down?
That's the thing. I don't think I believe in deep down. I kind of think all you are is just the things that you do.
Well, that's depressing. For what it's worth, I think your writing does make a difference.
BoJack's celebrity status in Hollywood, notably the misspelled sign, is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it affords him wealth and admiration. On the other, it deepens his identity crisis. The show satirizes Hollywood's veneer of glitz. It is literally a comedy often mocking celebrity culture and the movie business. BoJack himself frequently tries to use fame as currency. He famously gripes, "Do you know who I am?" at service workers, a pathetic attempt to demand respect through his celebrity. In this way, his fame becomes an albatross, obscuring his authentic self. As BoJack exclaims elsewhere, "I am a famous actor," as if that should solve his problems. Critics have pointed out that the series deftly exposes the emptiness behind stardom. One therapist's review notes that despite achieving fame and fortune, BoJack grapples with deep-seated insecurities, addiction issues, and a pervasive sense of emptiness. No amount of red carpet glamour fills BoJack's internal void. In fact, the show exposes the facade of glamour, highlighting the inherent loneliness, isolation, and moral decay underlying celebrity life. This is exemplified in BoJack's former co-star Sarah Lynn. Despite her continued fame and wealth, she succumbs to addiction and eventually dies tragically. BoJack's experience confirms what celebrity studies warn. Modern fame often commodifies personality and creates a shallow identity. In BoJack's case, his public persona contradicts and even deepens his private despair. The pursuit of Hollywood success is shown as an illusion of fulfillment, a theme echoed by creators and critics alike.
I guess my question is, do you think it's too late for me?
What?
I mean, am I just doomed to be the person that I am? The person in that book? I mean, it's not too late for me, is it? It's not too late. Diane, I need you to tell me that it's not too late.
BoJack,
I need you to tell me that I'm a good person. I know that I can be selfish and narcissistic and self-destructive, but underneath all that, deep down, I'm a good person, and I need you to tell me that I'm good. Diane, tell me, please, Diane, tell me that I'm good.
All I ever wanted was to be your friend, and you treat me like a big joke. What more do you want? What else could the universe possibly owe you?
I want to feel good about myself, the way you do. And I don't know how. I don't know if I can.
Because this is the moment you realize something inside you is broken, and it can never be fixed.
BoJack is very much an anti-hero, morally complex and often unsympathetic, yet deeply humanized. The series chronicles his worst actions, almost sleeping with his teenage friend, enabling Sarah Lynn's fatal binge, yet the narrative also constantly reminds viewers that BoJack sincerely wants to be better. This vacillation, sincere guilt one moment, selfish relapse the next illustrates his anti-hero nature. In classical terms, BoJack resembles a tragic hero. His flawed, toxic self-hatred and addiction repeatedly brings about his downfall, even as he strives for change. As Aristotle noted, a tragic hero's greater capacity for good makes his fall more poignant. BoJack's longings for redemption gain sympathy because he is depicted as capable of love and self-awareness, not a one-dimensional villain. The show itself confronts the redemption arc head-on. Season 5 famously satirizes the Hollywood redemption machine. BoJack is forced into the role of defender for a monstrous co-star, only to see the public cheer feel-good apologies, reinforcing BoJack's cynicism. Eventually, BoJack himself becomes the abusive man when he harms Penny, subverting any easy redemptive ending. In effect, the series argues that traditional redemption narratives are inadequate, especially for someone like BoJack. He repeatedly tries to make amends, writing a memoir, going to rehab, doing charity, but often undermines himself. As one study notes, childhood scars lead him to sabotage his redemption arc with relapses whenever he is reminded of who he believes himself to be. Philosophically, BoJack's journey raises questions of accountability and existential choice. Sartre's notion that humans are condemned to be free, responsible for self-definition, is evident. BoJack must confront that his actions are his own, not mere misfortune. In existential ethical terms, BoJack often lives in bad faith, floundering between making authentic choices to change and retreating into old patterns. The fluctuating moral tone of the show, at once compassionate and unsparing, forces viewers to grapple with whether BoJack can ever earn forgiveness. The series ultimately suggests redemption is not guaranteed. It is a continual struggle. Even The Atlantic notes that Season 5 refuses to take for granted that empathy is a good thing, foreshadowing that BoJack's morally alienating choices might resist simple moral catharsis. In short, BoJack remains an anti-hero whose quest for redemption is earnest but never straightforwardly victorious, reflecting Aristotle's insight that a tragic hero's realization of his flaws can come too late for clear resolution.
You know what it was like for me? I had nobody. Everybody left. I knew all those showbiz phonies would turn on me, sure. But you?
It's not my fault you got fired.
I don't care about the job! I did fine. I had a good life. But what I needed then was a friend. And you abandoned me. And I will never forgive you for that. Now get the fuck out of my house.
Oh.
You know what your problem is? You want to think of yourself as the good guy. Well, I know you better than anyone, and I can tell you that you're not. In fact, you'd probably sleep a lot better at night if you just admitted to yourself that you're a selfish goddamn coward who takes whatever he wants and doesn't give a shit about who he hurts. That's you. That's BoJack Horseman.
I don't know why I came here.
Yeah, you do.
You. Look, just read it. I think you'll like it.
Dear Diane, it's me, your old pen pal Leo. This definitely isn't BoJack Horseman writing this.
Keep reading.
You're a good person, Diane, and that's the most important thing. Even if no one appreciates you, it's important that you don't stop being good. I like how you always bring your own bags to the grocery store and how you're always organized to go places. I like how you chew gum on the airplane so your ears will pop. A lot of people might not appreciate that about you, but I do. Yours forever, Leo. That's the best letter he ever wrote me.
Look, take it from someone with his own shitty parents. Family is a sinkhole, and you were right to get out when you had the chance.
Not trying to kill the vibe here, but I've had to pee for like 3 hours. Look, I won't put what happened today in the book if you don't want me to.
No, it's okay. Full truth. Like we agreed. Warts and all. Doesn't matter anyway. I don't even care what anybody thinks anymore.
Well, for what it's worth, I think it took a lot of guts to do what you did back there.
Diane? Is that you?
Hey, it's, me. Look, things got a bit weird earlier, so I want to make sure that we're still on for tomorrow to talk about the time I sneezed on Marissa Tomei. I also wanted to just, let you know how much I appreciate you working on this book with me.
I know I sometimes get carried away, but it's because I love you so much. You're a catch, Diane. And I think you know how much I love catch.
And I'm sorry if I've been difficult in any way during this process. You know, it's really hard to have somebody know you, I guess. And you do know me, Diane.
We're very different, but I think we bring out the best in each other. It's like you're chocolate and I'm...
Peanut butter?
Well, now see? That was so much better than what I was going to say. I was going to say carrots.
And I know I'm not the perfect guy. I actually kind of hate myself a lot of the time. But when I'm with you, I don't hate myself. I like being around you. And I don't know if I ever told you that in so many words, so I'm telling you.
Diane, I've got an important question to ask. No cameras, no big spectacle, just me and you.
Call me back. This was BoJack, by the way. Horseman, obviously.
Will you do me the honor of becoming Mrs. Peanut Butter?
Wow, this is happening so fast. Yes, I'll marry you.
One-trick pony.
The first time I met BoJack Horseman, he was puking cotton candy off the deck of his lavish house in the hills, the lights of the city twinkling below us. Make-A-Wish kids will not soon forget the time the great BoJack Horseman referred to their parents as a bunch of used jizz bags. He filled the air with words, terrified of silence, as one often is who is smart enough to recognize his many personal feelings, but unwilling or unable to take the steps required to fix. Got out of the car, stepped out toward the coast, and looked across the water. And for a moment, he said nothing.
BoJack,
Yeah.
are we friends?
Yeah. I mean, I think we are. Or I think we can be.
Okay. Then as a friend, I'm asking you, please don't leave me.
Princess Carolyn.
Please! I can turn this around. I just need more time. We're in a fragile period, still finding our feet. Just give me 6 months, and then you can go. I promise. I'll never ask anything from you again, but please, give me 6 months.
Sorry, I left my coat here. I got it.
So, what do you think?
No. Drunk, and there was all this pressure with the Oscar campaign. But now that it's over, I...
No, BoJack, just stop. You are all the things that are wrong with you. It's not the alcohol, or the drugs, or any of the shitty things that happened to you in your career, or when you were a kid. It's you. All right? It's you. Fuck, man. What else is there to say?
BoJack, I don't like anything about me.
Hey.
None of this is me. These boobs aren't me. This house isn't me.
We're not at your house right now.
The only reason I wear this shirt is because some company paid me $8,000 to wear it. And I don't even need the money. I just liked that someone still wanted me to wear their shirt.
Hey, it's okay. Everything's gonna be okay.
What am I supposed to do? I don't know what to do. Am I doomed? Are you doomed? Are we all doomed?
No, calm down. Nobody is doomed. And I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the planetarium.
Really?
No, come on. Are you insane?
I don't want to live. Why did you save me? I don't want to live. I don't want to live.
Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we go get some Cold Stone? That'll take your mind off, Miles. Plus, I'll let you drive the Tesla.
Thanks, but I'm not really in the mood for ice cream.
Well, then forget that. Let's get a pizza.
I'm actually not hungry.
Oh.
I guess what I'm getting at is, I keep hearing you say, that's not me, I've changed. But how can we believe you've stopped this pattern of behavior if you won't acknowledge this pattern exists?
I don't even know what pattern you're talking about.
I'll try one more time. Over these last 2 nights, you've drawn us an outline of a person who doesn't think about others, a person who puts his own needs first. And over, other people get hurt. Not necessarily because he means to hurt them, but because he just doesn't care. This person I'm describing, is it a different person? Or is it you?
Oh.
Yeah, it's me.
Are we going to gelato?
Princess Carolyn, what are we doing?
Getting gelato?
This was a mistake. I've been acting crazy. That phone call just pulled me back to reality. You were right. I don't love you. You don't love me. We're just 2 lonely people trying to hate ourselves a little less. Maybe that's all we're ever gonna be. Maybe that's all we ever were.
Oh, okay, great. Well, I'm glad we buried the hatchet and everything's cool.
Actually, you know, everything is not cool. Saying it all together like that, it all sounds kind of ludicrous. But still, it was something I cared about, and what you did really hurt me.
Shh, shh. Okay, Bo, just quiet. As you know, I was hurt.
But then I realized that's just how you are. You know, and maybe I just need to stop expecting you to be a good person, so that way I won't get hurt when you're not.
BoJack's relationships define much of his story, yet he remains profoundly isolated. The show emphasizes that genuine intimacy has been elusive for him. As one analysis observes, BoJack's connections, whether with Princess Carolyn, Todd, Diane, or Sarah Lynn, are marked by moments of genuine connection, but also by betrayal, manipulation, and heartbreak. His friendship with Diane and Nguyen, for example, begins professionally, but deepens into real friendship because they are both smart and see through the facades, yet it is constantly marred by BoJack's inability to confront his own demons. BoJack fears true intimacy. Whenever Diane or anyone else gets close, he instinctively pushes them away. Therapists note that he ultimately sabotages his own progress due to his deep-seated insecurities and fear of intimacy. BoJack's codependence is most evident in his on and off relationship with Princess Carolyn. She is his longtime agent and love interest. He leans on her for validation, often treating her poorly in return. Diana has even remarked that their dynamic enables both of them self-destruction. Similarly, BoJack's friendship with Todd Chavez is fraught. Todd is the carefree slacker who tolerates BoJack's whims, but BoJack often manipulates or abandons him, eroding trust. Mr. Peanut Butter, BoJack's sunny rival, functions almost as a mirror. His boundless optimism highlights BoJack's existential despair. Despite or because of these bonds, BoJack feels persistently alienated. The therapeutic review of the series notes that BoJack, despite his fame and success, often feels profoundly lonely and disconnected from those around him. Key episodes underscore this loneliness. BoJack's birthday party in Season 1 is nearly empty, and in Season 4 he spends his daughter's birthday alone, hidden in a closet. His friends' lives move on without him at times, deepening his sense of isolation. Indeed, each major relationship story arc is tinged with tragedy. Diane leaves Hollywood. Princess Carolyn endures heartbreak before finally finding family, and even Todd must break away to grow independently. Psychologically, BoJack's inability to sustain close relationships exemplifies the impact of emotional neglect. He both craves connection and subconsciously sabotages it. In sociological terms, BoJack illustrates the struggle of intimacy in a highly individualistic culture. Each character shows BoJack possibilities for care and belonging, but his default mode is isolation. The narrative repeatedly shows that meaningful connection requires vulnerability, something BoJack almost never offers. One critic notes that the series emphasizes the significance of meaningful relationships and mental well-being characters who nurture authentic ties, like Todd finding his own purpose, or Princess Carolyn balancing career and home, find some fulfillment. By contrast, BoJack's relationships remain fractured, reflecting the tragic cost of his early childhood damage. Ultimately, the show suggests that BoJack's greatest battles are not with others, but with the voice inside him that tells him he is unworthy of real love and belonging.
Oh, right. Orphans, huh? When am I supposed to feed you?
All right, stop.
Oh.
You're nervous.
Okay.
Forget the script.
Okay.
We're going to do that movie that you're always making me watch. You know... You have to answer for the chimpanzee, Tino.
No, Mickey, you got it all wrong.
So, where'd all the bananas go? The chimp's dead, Tino. So's the bonobo. Who you been monkeying around with?
I can't do it anymore. It was the marmoset.
Good. Perfect. Now, look at the red dot. Go.
What am I supposed to feed you? I have mustard.
A mustard sandwich. We may be orphans, but leave us our dignity.
Well, I can't fix you a martini. Hey, wait. I have olives. Nope, not olives.
Perfect.
Yeah? You think we got it?
Buckle up, buddy. Your life is about to start.
Is it terrifying?
No, I don't think so. It's the way it is, you know. Everything must come to an end. The drip finally stops.
See you on the other side.
Oh, BoJack, no. There is no other side. This is it.
You're coming to get me?
BoJack, why did you call me? I live in Chicago. I can't save you.
You didn't pick up.
Right.
It went to voicemail.
Yeah.
And then I went back in the pool.
It's too late. What's done is done.
No.
There's nothing I can do, BoJack. I'm not real. None of this is.
So what do I do now?
BoJack, it doesn't matter.
Well, if it doesn't matter, can I stay on the phone with you at least?
Okay.
How was your day?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah. My day was good.
A distinctive feature of BoJack Horseman is its self-referential, postmodern storytelling. The series frequently breaks the fourth wall and comments on its own medium to underscore its themes. Academics have noted that the show makes its screenplay visible. For example, early in Season 5, BoJack complains about receiving 5 pages of lines to learn and declares TV is a visual medium, wryly critiquing the very conventions of television dialogue, a nod to screenwriting theory. The creators deliberately draw attention to how the narrative is constructed. As film scholar Shalosi observes, the series is open about writing. It warns the audience that what they are watching is created, crafted, and fictitious. Scenes will freeze on a script page, characters will discuss plot holes, or intertitles will flash. This self-awareness forces viewers to engage not just as passive consumers, but as active readers of the story. This meta-narrative serves the satire by exaggerating Hollywood cliches and frequently showing the animation apparatus. BoJack Horseman lampoons the entertainment industry from within. One paper notes that anthropomorphic animals who know how a show is put together nonetheless seek fake Hollywood ideals in their personal lives. In effect, the show holds up a mirror to Hollywood. The characters are literal celebrities in a cartoon world, and the writers use parody like the Gollywog sightings or over-the-top celebrity scandals to critique star culture and media. Such satire is often laced with irony and dark humor, hallmarks of postmodern storytelling. The use of animal characters in place of humans is itself a distancing device ostraneni by making BoJack a horse. The absurdity is highlighted, allowing the series to tackle topics, racism, sexism, media falsity, with both weight and absurdist comedy. Media theorists have noted these layers. One analysis finds that the characters often behave as if they have internalized screenwriting formulas, effectively turning every episode into a commentary on fiction itself. Another critic observes that the series' satirical bite extends to its form. For instance, the Academy Award-style cliffhanger endings and romantic subplot cliches within Horse and Around, BoJack's old show, are paralleled and then upended in the main narrative. In sum, BoJack Horseman uses meta-narrative devices from visual gags about scriptwriting to explicit commentary on its characters' tropes to deepen its critique of Hollywood and modern media. This self-referential style accentuates BoJack's complexity by continually blurring the line between character and actor, story and commentary.
Sometimes I get sad. What do you do when you get sad? How do you not be sad? Sincerely, BoJack.
That's a great letter. BoJack, when I was your age, I got sad. A lot. I didn't come from such a great home, but one day I started running, and that seemed to make sense, so then I just kept running. BoJack, when you get sad, you run straight ahead, and you keep running forward no matter what. There are people in your life who are going to try to hold you back, slow you down, but you don't let them. Don't you stop running, and don't you ever look behind you. There's nothing for you behind you. All that exists is what's ahead.
Hey. Smile.
I'm happy for the first time in my life, and I'm not going to feel bad about it. It takes a long time to realize how truly miserable you are, and even longer to see that it doesn't have to be that way. Only after you give up everything can you begin to find a way to be happy.
Sometimes I feel like our marriage is like a magic eye poster.
I love those things.
I know, and it's messy. And at first glance, it doesn't seem to make any sense. And it's hard to figure out. But sometimes, if you squint at it just right, everything lines up, and it's the most perfect, beautiful, amazing thing.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But I'm so tired of squinting. You thought it was safe, but it still somehow finds a new way to break. Because even though you're the one who asked for this, now that you've got it, you are completely adrift, with no compass or map or sense of where to go or what to do. So you go to Vietnam. You think you might find community, a connection to something bigger, but you don't. In fact, you feel even more alone than you were before you left. But you survive. You learn that you can survive being alone.
Interrupt your flow. Please, right on.
It's gonna be okay.
No, I'm drunk. Not okay. Can't let anyone know about this. Shh.
Yeah.
You gotta stay with me until I sober up. I can't be alone here like this.
It's okay. I'm here.
Yeah, be here. You need to stay here, BoJack. Please, stay.
Thou must also forgive thyself. Though thy sins be like scarlet, they shall be white as snow. It is only when we show ourselves forgiveness and mercy that we truly live a life of grace, that we are reborn. Turn to the horse next to you and offer a sign of grace and peace in the name of the Lord.
Peace be with you.
Peace be with you.
Peace be with you. Peace be with you.
Peace be with you. Peace be with you. Peace be with you. Peace be with you. Peace be with you.
And that concludes our reenactment of an early horsey service. Thank you. Looks like you found some solace in our show. Stay, if you like. In 30 minutes, we start over.
Here's a mystery. Why are you so sadcore?
I don't know.
Just be fun and popular like me.
I don't know how.
Sure you do. I'm clever and free-spirited and a little bit sardonic, but not so much that it's off-putting. I have vulnerabilities like everybody else, but just enough to make me relatable. That's the way to be.
It's not that easy.
Yeah, I know. But wouldn't it be nice if it was?
This was supposed to be a celebration.
We can still figure this out.
I'm tired of trying to figure things out. Let me just have this one night.
Oh.
Okay. Settle down. Okay, you wanted me to read these, right? Okay. Well, for best old man, Terry. Okay, sit down, Terry. Just sit down. If you start talking, then we'll all be old. For best director, horse professor. That's me. No, okay. Thank you. I just want to say that I've loved being here with you this year. You've shown me the type of person I didn't know I wanted to be. And this semester, I got to be that person. Thank you. And I want you all to appreciate this time and how special it is and how fast it'll all go away. Please cherish this. And I have my own superlative to announce. For the best actor or actress, oh my God, it's an 8-way tie. Okay, everyone, enjoy your party. The story's coming out Thursday. I don't think that we can get around this or over this.
or try to get under it. Diane is right. We need to go through it.
BoJack?
I need to take responsibility. I want to. So you can tell your daughter you helped me do the right thing.
I'll call you tomorrow with a plan.
I'm looking forward to it.
You sure?
I mean, no.
Do you remember the last time I saw you and you asked me if I thought you were a good person deep down?
Do I remember that? Yeah, vaguely.
You really caught me off guard. I didn't know what to say.
Well, do you think I'm a good person? Deep down?
That's the thing. I don't think I believe in deep down. I kind of think all you are is just the things that you do.
Well, that's depressing. For what it's worth, I think your writing does make a difference.
Thanks.
I really wanted you to like me, Diane.
I know.
Look, I know you think it's just a dumb cult, but you're my best friend, and it would really mean a lot if you came.
Well, I'm sorry that things have been so hard for you, but that doesn't give you the right to be shitty to me. I can't be around someone who's just fueled by bitterness and negativity.
Well then, what are you doing here?
What happened, BoJack?
Same thing that always happens. You didn't know me. Then you fell in love with me. And now you know me.
You know, it's funny. When you look at someone through rose-colored glasses, all the red flags just look like flags.
Well, when's the last time you were actually happy?
I don't care where you go, BoJack, but I can't have you around here. You make me too sad.
And you said, thank you for letting me stay here. I don't have anywhere else to go. And I remember when you said that. I don't have anywhere else to go because I felt good about myself. And I don't feel that way a lot.
It gets easier.
Huh?
Every day it gets a little easier.
Yeah?
But you gotta do it every day. That's the hard part. But it does get easier.
Okay.
What's the point?
Of antidepressants? I believe the point is to be anti-depressed.
Sure, or you just flip over the nothing, and underneath there's more nothing. Then you flip over that nothing, and there's more nothing underneath that. So you just keep flipping over nothings all your life because you keep thinking under all that nothing, there's got to be something, but all you find is nothing.
At its core, BoJack Horseman is an existential odyssey. The show grapples with classic questions of identity and purpose that resonate with philosophers like Sartre and Camus. BoJack lives in what one analyst calls a meaningless universe. Without external absolutes, BoJack confronts the void. He frequently ruminates, "What am I even doing?" or laments that life is pointless, reflecting Sartrean angst. Jean-Paul Sartre famously argued that existence precedes essence, that we are not born with a set purpose but must define our own being. BoJack embodies this freedom and burden. His existence as a celebrity grants no inherent meaning, and he must wrestle with choices that will create his identity. One critic emphasizes this by noting the show draws heavily on existentialist theory to explore millennial anxiety, the lack of any stable meaning in life. Indeed, BoJack often feels that nothing matters. Albert Camus' notion of the absurd looms large. The world BoJack inhabits offers no clear answers. Efforts to find happiness repeatedly end in disillusionment. As one academic summary puts it, the meaningless struggle to find a purpose in life is central. Each time BoJack naively pursues fulfillment through fame, a perfect relationship, fatherhood, or philanthropy, he encounters absurd setbacks. The show's dark humor underscores this. Moments that should bring catharsis instead spiral into chaos. One analysis concludes that the series remains true to its existentialist and absurdist foundations, portraying the eventual absurdity of the pursuit of happiness, the punishment of BoJack's Sisyphus-like efforts, rolling the boulder uphill only to have it tumble down mirrors, Camus' idea that we must imagine Sisyphus happy in his endless toil. In BoJack's case, his continued striving despite futility suggests a grim heroism. Kierkegaard's insights on despair also apply. BoJack often lives in despair by avoiding authentic choices. He dreads confronting his true self, so he flits from superficial pleasure to superficial pleasure. Kierkegaard would call this the stages of despair. BoJack is neither in the religious nor fully aesthetic stage, instead trapped in a kind of demonic cycle of bad faith. The series dramatizes the dire consequences. Without embracing responsibility, BoJack suffers existential dread. In fact, one commentator notes BoJack's worldview is the sad but reasonable consequence of an atheistic universe. Nothing matters. This nihilistic view, echoed by Camus and Sartre, pervades the narrative, but the show avoids endorsing despair entirely. Through BoJack and other characters, it gently argues that meaning must be forged through action and connection, no matter how imperfectly. BoJack's flashes of self-awareness, writing his memoir, Saving a Friend, hint that even in absurdity, one can find purpose and authenticity. In conclusion, BoJack Horseman can be seen as a modern philosophical fable. It asks what gives life value when all external validation fails. Using existential icons, the Hollywood sign, the desert, the ghost of Secretariat, and philosophical interludes, Sea of Zelda songs, the what time is it right now moment, the show continually invites reflection. The tragedy of BoJack is that he is enlightened too late. In the final season, he realizes the importance of accepting himself and taking responsibility. This echoes Sartre's ethics that freedom comes with the weight of making choices. BoJack's final act of honesty is small, but it signifies a kind of atonement. Ultimately, the show suggests that meaning is not found in success or destiny, but in how one lives with one's choices. In a world of absurdity, BoJack Horseman exemplifies both the despair of meaninglessness and the faint hope that it can be transcended through human connection and self-acceptance.
The weak breeze whispers nothing. The water screams sublime. His feet shift, teeter-totter. Deep breath, stand back, it's time. Toes untouch the overpass. Soon he's waterbound. Eyes locked shut but peak to see. The view from halfway down. I'm not done. Hold on. I'm not done. I'm not done. A little wind, a summer sun, a river rich and regal. A flood of fond endorphins brings a calm that knows no equal. You're flying now. You see things much more clear than from the ground. It's all okay. It would be. Were you not now halfway down? Thrash to break from gravity. What now could slow the drop? All I'd give for toes to touch the safety back at top. I changed my mind. I changed my mind. I don't want to...
It's okay.
But this is it. The deed is done. Silence drowns the sound. Before I leaped, I should have seen the view from halfway down. No, I really should have thought about the view from halfway down.
Find your peace, big guy. Find it.
I wish I could have known about the view from halfway down. Has anyone ever come back from this place?
BJ, there is no place. It's just your brain going through what it feels like it has to go through. All you can do right now is sit back and enjoy the show. It's the way it is, you know? Everything must come to an end. The drip finally stops.
See you on the other side.
Oh, BoJack, no. There is no other side. This is it.
It's too late. What's done is done.
No.
There's nothing I can do, BoJack. I'm not real. None of this is.
So what do I do now?
BoJack, it doesn't matter.
Well, if it doesn't matter, can I stay on the phone with you at least?
Okay.
How was your day?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah. My day was good.